Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alecia Lott. This channel is about bullet journaling and goal setting. However, I would like to start every other Wednesday just talking about writing and getting your thoughts on paper. Maybe it's your first time journaling, or maybe you haven't journaled in a while and you're looking at this blank page and you're wondering, oh, little bookmark. You're wondering what to write about. What do I write about? The thoughts aren't coming, the words aren't coming. Well, I have some suggestions over my years of journaling that might help you. Draw something. No one says you have to write in your journal. So I want you to feel creative. I want you to feel as though this is a place that is free for you. You could do whatever you want. If you want to draw, if you want to scribble, write a sonnet. Who cares? It's your journal. Hopefully no one else is reading it. And it is your place to really let out your creativity and just be yourself. Show a different side of yourself if you're not usually a person who draws, just to kind of let that part of yourself wake up and come out and play. This is the type of stuff that I do. I'm very much a doodler. I love to do cats or really any animal. I'll do fish, just like the little cartoon fish. I do people. No, I don't really draw people. So that is a cat, although it could be a dog, depending on how you look at it. When you don't know what words to say, I think drawing what you feel might be helpful, or just drawing something random that has nothing to do with how you feel, and just something that gets the pen on the paper and gets the pen moving is what you need. Don't always worry so much about writing when you're first starting out. Make a list. You can make a list of whatever you like, just to get the pen on the paper, get the juices flowing. I think when people first start journaling, they think that they have to write this dramatic narrative arc, and it has to have a clear beginning, middle, and end, and there has to be some big story involved. I think when I was younger, I got really caught up in that. I thought, oh, well, nothing's really happening in my life, so I'm not going to write. When I was younger, I was so busy waiting on something dramatic to happen that by the time something dramatic did happen, I wasn't in the habit of writing, and so I would forget to write. Weeks would go by, and I finally remembered, hey, I don't think I wrote about my college graduation. There were a bunch of events in my life that I didn't really record as soon as possible after the event. So, details get lost when you do that. And it's just not that same energy as when you do it as soon as possible after the fact. In order to get into the habit of writing and just feel as comfortable as possible putting pen to paper, it's important to write as much as possible. And one way to do that is just to make a list. Favorites, favorite food, favorite TV show, movie, favorite song, artist, past memories. Another thing that I like to make lists of are different points in my life, like maybe the 5 happiest times in my life, maybe the 5 not so happy times, like things you've learned. You can write about things you want to learn. Number 5 is to talk smack about someone. You have a neighbor who never says hi to you, even though you look them dead in the eye and you say hi to them, and they never say hi to you, and they just look right through you. Maybe that person at the grocery store who always judges your food. Maybe your boss. I could do this all day. Yeah, just pick a person whom you don't like and just go crazy and just fill a page, paragraph. Spend maybe 5 minutes speaking about that person and just talking all kinds of smack. That person really burns my beans. That person really chops my carrots. That person... See? And then you just let it out and you feel so much better, hopefully. Or maybe not. The opposite, maybe talk about someone you truly admire. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that something you would like to do for maybe 5 to 10 minutes? You could talk about maybe a teacher who really inspired you, Michelle Obama, or maybe you could talk about You know, you talk, I don't know, you talk about your boss. Maybe you actually admire your boss. You don't want to talk smack about them. And maybe that'll jog your memory of a story, and you could tell that story in your journal. It doesn't have to be all about what you did that day or anything that's happening in the very recent past. It could be memories. It could be whatever you want. Let's do these. Okay, number 3 is to think of something that you would like to do maybe in the future. Do you have a bucket list? Do you have a shit I want to do list, as I call it? If you don't, then you could just write a list and just say, you know what, I would really like to start rock climbing, be in first class on an airplane right now, play the harmonica, whatever. There. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Number 2 is to create one default to create one default question. And my question for my journal is, what do you want? What do you want? And that could be, and then I have different variations, of course. I have, what do you want a year from now? What do you want 5 years from now? What do you want today? What do you want in a husband? What do you want in a job? What do you want in a friend? What do you want for dinner? My default question, if I am just stumped for what to write, or if I just don't even feel like trying to come up with something to write, because I do my brain dumps early in the morning, and sometimes I just don't feel like turning my brain on to think of a question or think of a topic. I'll say, what do you want? And then I write down the different things that I want. Or you could have a completely different default question. You could say, what is the most important thing I'm doing today? Or how do I feel? Am I happy? What was I doing this time of year? What do I want to do this time next year? That's actually a favorite of mine as well. Different things like that. Create one question that you ask yourself if you don't know what to write about. That will be your best friend. I don't know what to write about. That is what you will write on the paper when you're writing and you're just looking at that scary blank page. You are just going to simply write the sentence, I don't know what to write about. And I guarantee you that you will come up with something to write about. We're not trying to win some sort of Pulitzer Prize or whatever. I don't even know book prizes. You're not trying to write the next great novel or anything like that. You're not trying to have a New York Times bestseller. All you're simply doing is just writing something. And so you can start with just seriously, just putting the pen to paper. Just the act of putting the pen to the paper is the scariest part. And once you get over that, by writing something ridiculous, like by writing something like, I don't know what to write about, that is going to, it just does something magic in your brain, and you will think of something to write about, I assure you. If you don't think of something after writing this, then write this again until something comes to your brain. And this is, I didn't invent this. This is, a lot of writers say this, but a lot of writers say it because it works. These are my 7 things to write about when you don't know what to write about. And I'm kind of cheating because this one's not writing at all, but you get the idea. You'll write that day, and then you'll write the next day, and you'll just take it one day at a time. And then the next thing you know, you have a book filled with your thoughts and your feelings and your drawings and all of that, and it will come from inside of you. Isn't that beautiful? Just think about that. I thank you for watching. Upside down wave goodbye.